Anti-ICE protests that we've seen pop up across the country are coming to Central Florida, and law enforcement has a stern warning for anyone thinking about escalating things to violence.
If you let it turn violent, whoo, you do not want to do that in Brevard County. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
The No Kings protests are taking place tomorrow in all of our local counties, and that's our big story at 5:30.
Yeah, law enforcement officials are putting out that stern warning for these events to remain peaceful. Fox 35's Garrett Weimer is joining us live with that story. So, Garrett, you spoke with an organizer about their plans.
Yeah, Floridians all across the state are expected to participate in these No Kings protests tomorrow. They're mobilizing for what they're calling a National Day of Defiance, all part of a nationwide event that coincides with the president's scheduled military parade in Washington. Hundreds of No Kings protests expected nationwide, including at least 75 planned across Florida.
We've been concerned with the defense of democracy against Donald Trump's authoritarian ambitions, quite frankly.
The official No Kings group says the events are committed to nonviolent action, and the organizer of one of the events in Cocoa, Michael Nyatt, tells us that's the plan.
Let me be very clear about this. We will tolerate no violence whatsoever. Anyone who perpetrates violence at our event is not part of our group.
Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey says peaceful protests are welcome, but had a warning if they turn violent.
If you let it turn violent, whoo, you do not want to do that in Brevard County. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and then jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Nyatt echoed that statement when we asked him what he had to say to the sheriff.
I agree with his sentiments. There ought to be no tolerance of violence, and I can assure him and the general public there will be no trouble from us. We're on the same page.
The state is also ready in case things get out of hand.
But I'll tell you this, we're ready, our local law enforcement's ready, our state agencies are poised, and even our National Guard, if need be, will be there to quell any violence or any unrest if people make that dumb decision to do it.
And organizers say the No Kings Day of Defiance expected to be the largest single-day mobilization since Trump took office. We'll be streaming live all day here on Fox Local. Live in the studio, Garrett Weimer, Fox 35.
Thanks, Garrett. And there are protests in Central Florida from coast to coast, and Fox 35 will have extensive coverage of them all weekend long. You can watch the coverage on Fox Local. We start streaming at 10 a.m. You can also download the Fox app on your phone and your smart TVs. These protests going on at the same time as a military parade in Washington, D.C. to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. And that parade, by the way, also falls on President Trump's birthday.